Good morning students, welcome back to yet another video of our revision of chapter 10. Till now we have learnt what is motion and different types of motion. Today we are going to start with distances. So what is distance? The length between two points or places is known as distance. Like when any object is traveling from point A to point B, like when I travel from Surat to Ahmedabad or Surat to Delhi, let us take an example. So the distance, whatever length I am traveling, moving from Surat to Delhi or Ahmedabad, that will be termed as my distance. So distance and length both are exactly the same meaning. Now whatever distance I am traveling, it has to be measured. We should come to know that how much distance we have traveled. So for that the measurement is used. So measurement, what is measurement? It is a process of comparing an object with a standard unit of measurement. Like we are having standard unit of length, that is meter. So we have to compare our distance with the standard unit, that is meter. So that will be termed as measurement. Next in this chapter we saw which are the various units of measurement. Now the various units of measurement are handspan, forearm length and footstep. Now these units of measurement, it can vary from person to person and from place to place. Okay, so these units of measurement cannot be used globally, it cannot be used widely. So for that we need to have a globally accepted unit of measurement which should have a fixed value which does not changes from person to person or place to place. That is termed as standard unit of measurement. Like if I am in India and I am saying 1 kilometer, so that 1 kilometer in India is same in other countries also. It does not change from one place to another, and 1 kilometer for me will also be same for 1 kilometer for other person also. It does not change. So that is the standard unit of measurement. Now whenever we talk about measurement, it is having two parts. The first part is a number, or it can be also termed as the magnitude of measurement, and the second part is the unit of measurement. As you can see over here, I have given the 2 kilometers example. Okay, I have written 2 kilometers in this slide. So 2 kilometers, when you see the number 2, okay, that is the magnitude number. Whichever number is written, it is termed as magnitude, and unit of measurement over here is kilometer. We are using the unit, that is kilometer. Instead of 2 kilometer, if I am writing 500 meters, so 500 will be my magnitude and my meters will be unit of measurement. Moving on to next, that is SI unit of length. Now what is SI unit of length? Okay, as I told you that there is a need of globally accepted unit of measurement. For that the scientists all over the world, they have adopted an international system of units. Now that international system of unit is termed as SI unit, and the SI unit of length for is meter, for length is meter. Okay, now these SI units, it is having certain prefixes. Prefix means the word which is added before any word. Okay, before any word. Like I am having meter, we all know that meter is a standard unit of length. So prefix over here for SI units are kilo, centi and milli. Okay, now kilo, it is denoting 1000. So if I am adding kilo before meter, that means 1000 meter, because kilo denotes 1000. Second is centi. Now centi denotes 100th part, 100th part of 1. So that means if I am saying centimeter, so 1 meter, it will become 100 centimeter. Next is milli, that denotes 1 upon 1000th part. Okay, 1000th part of 1. So that means 1 millimeter, it will 1 millimeter, it is 1 upon 1000 meters. So this is how we can come to know about prefixes. Okay. Next is measurement of length. Now as we have learnt that measurement is necessary, but how we can measure any length? So for that majorly two devices we are using. The first one is measuring tape and another is measuring scale. Now measuring tape and measuring scale, these both are the devices which are having various markings on them. Markings of centimeter, millimeter, and measuring tapes have marking of meter and centimeter. By using various measuring devices, we can come to know about length of an object. Like for an example, if I want to measure a cloth, so I will use measuring tape. If I want to measure a book, we will use measuring tape or measuring scale. But if I want to measure any circular object, okay, so for that we cannot use measuring scale because measuring scale cannot bend. Whereas we can use measuring tape, as measuring tape can bend very easily, it is flexible. Okay, so to measure any circular objects or round objects, we can use measuring tape. Now for measuring various lengths and distances, a use of appropriate unit is also very necessary. Now how this use of appropriate unit is necessary? Let us take an example. If I am traveling from one city to another, as I am traveling from Surat to Mumbai, so I will measure that distance in kilometer, not meter or centimeter, because then it will create a lot of problems, like it will be a very big number, the magnitude will increase. Okay, so for that I will use kilometer. Now if I want to measure the length of my pencil, okay, then I will use centimeter. Then if I want to measure the length of my crayon, which is smaller in size as compared to my pencil, so I can use millimeters. Okay, so for various lengths and for measuring various lengths, it is very necessary that we are using appropriate unit. Next is how to measure the length of any object. If we want to measure length of any object, how we can measure? As you can see in the picture, the object, it is placed and the ruler is placed parallel. Now the ruler, we are using measuring scale, it is placed parallel to the object, and on the scale you can see in the picture that measurement has to be started from 0. Okay, we will start measuring from 0 centimeter, that is from point 0, neither from 1, 2, nor from the edge of the measuring scale. Instead we will start measuring from 0 only. When we are starting measurement from 0, we will get a correct measurement. So this is the correct way to measure any object. We should place the object parallelly to the measuring scale, or measuring scale should be placed parallel to the object, and the measurement should always start from point 0. Okay. Next is when we are measuring any object, what all precautions should be taken? First thing is the object should be placed, or the scale, whatever measuring scale we are using, it should be placed parallelly. If we are keeping it parallel, then we will get correct measurement. If we are not keeping the scale parallel to the object, then we will not get correct measurement. Second is measurement should be started, it should be initiated from point 0, the marking of 0 point. This is the first precaution that we should take. Second precaution that should be taken while measuring any object, that is the position of the eye. Whenever we are measuring any object, after measuring that object, we should see the measurement from the correct position. That is, it should be same, it should be in a same length or parallel to the point which we are measuring. As you can see in the diagram again, the position, if we are viewing from left or right, we will not get the correct measurement. Instead, we should keep our eye parallel or in a straight line to see the correct measurement. Next is if we are having any object, or if our scale is broken, so if we are not having 0 measurement, so we can start taking measurement from point 1 or point 2, and then we can subtract that point 1, or if we have started from point 1, we will subtract number 1 from the measurement that we have got as a result. So these are the precautions which should be taken while taking any measurement. Next is how can we measure a curved line? Now measuring a curved line, it is not possible with the help of a measuring scale. So for that purpose we can use a string. Now as you can see in the diagram, I want to measure a curved line, so I have taken a string and I have kept the string at point A. Now starting from that point A, I have started taking my string along that curved line, and it has stopped at point B. I will take that much string. Now from where I have started from point A to point B, I will take that string and I will place my string, stretch it along to my scale. Now when I will stretch my string along the scale, I will get the measurement of my curved line. So this is how we can use, this is how we can measure objects, and how we can use standard units of measurement. I hope you all came to know about it and enjoyed the video.